Let's start with you, Nan, over at the JAIC, as they call it. A lot of stuff going on over there. We're learning about JAIC 2.0 and the Joint Common Foundation. Sounds like you got a lot of cool stuff going on there. Give us a top line state of the state.
Great. Yeah, thank you. Well, as you said, there's just an absolutely a ton of stuff going on. I mean, AI is such a broad area and space that it's hard to speak about it in kind of one way, right? There isn't it's not a single technology. It's not a single set of algorithms. It's a wide technology space, and then the implementation space as well. So the way we're approaching the problem is sort of multidimensional. So let me sort of try to quickly take you through those.
Sure.
First is really understanding and differentiating between mature and emerging parts of AI. So when you think of data types, things like text or natural language processing or other sort of data types, we feel that many of the algorithms there are ready to scale. These are things that you can implement all day long, with great business return. But as you get to some of the more interesting and harder things like full motion video object detection and things, those are still in research land. But at the same time, we're also now applying these things to things like tactical edge and warfighting, all the way from business intelligence operations to warfighter health, to humanitarian assistance, disaster relief, to predictive maintenance, to warfighting. So the scope and scale of it is very hard. So what you've really got to do is take the mature parts and focus on implementing those very quickly to get the big wins. What that also does is helps you build out the infrastructure and the data pipelines that you need to enable a lot of the other cool AI stuff to happen. And one of the jokes that I always have is, even though it sounds really cool to be at the DoD doing AI, most of the work that we end up doing is actually sewer and plumbing work. So, this is kind of a roto-rooter job, but it sounds really cool. But you have to lay those pipes and foundation before you can get to the really cool piece. And the last thing I'll throw in there is around infrastructure and the Joint Common Foundation. So the other big job for the JAIC is that we ourselves don't go to war. So our job is to enable every other part of the DoD to be effective. So a lot of our work that we do is building the foundational elements, like I talked about, the data elements, the infrastructure elements. And the JCF is built as a way of opening up and democratizing access to compute and data for our average, warfighter or DoD employee to bring a AI project. And we call them sort of citizen data developers or citizen data scientists to come in and do their work, which then opens up an entire, set of folks who are actually working on AI as well.